Cher. I'm the founder and CEO of ShareLove.Fund. Today we are in our RYT 200 Registered Yoga Teacher Training, the 200-hour course. It is week 6, so congratulations. You have a month and a half under your belt, and we have a pose of the week is forward fold. So legs hip width apart and bend at the waist, relaxing the neck vertebrae by vertebrae. So this is a wonderful hamstring stretch and back stretch. And we will just go into our regular yoga guided practice today. And you can sort of think of forward fold along the way. I will now give the floor to Peter Accavello, our lead trainer, yoga guru. You can find him in person at Presence Wellness in Westport, Connecticut. He has literally written the book on yoga as a published author of Gandhi Goes to School, part of our Broadening Our Horizon series. That is for the children's degree, our CYT, which you will be eligible for upon graduating from the RYT 200.
So, thank you for that amazing introduction. And even though she says I'm an author, it's more of a co-author where we did this all together. And again, thank you so much for introducing me and being here. And I'm so excited, as I always am, to be a part of this, as yoga is a passion for me. It's not a job. And I don't do this for money. I do this for love. It's for the love of yoga, for the love of sharing. And with that said, in today's pose, standing forward fold or Uttanasana, we'll go over just maybe some contraindications, and we'll also go over the huge benefits of it. Uttanasana is I would say it's not an underutilized pose, it's an underestimated pose, meaning it is a pause. It is a pose of pause. It is a pose of centering. It also is a pose of relaxation, believe it or not. And it's a pose of getting the blood from the lower body to the upper body. So we'll touch upon all that today, and we'll also do it as much as we can. However, we'll do it safely, we'll do it with modifications. And Uttanasana is not about touching your toes. It's about safety, right? And we'll use props. So with that said, we're gonna be guiding Ashley for the next 5 hours in Uttanasana. She's just gonna hang out there.
What can you say when it's a volunteer thing, right? Super awkward.
No. So from here, we'll begin today's class with a centering, as we do with every class.
I just wanted to add before we get comfortable, when you said that Uttanasana is a relaxation pose, it made me think of Dead Man's Float in the water as a safety float to preserve energy, and that's kind of like a water version of Uttanasana. So
you're 100% right.
It's a total release. So if you're working it, like, oh, I gotta reach my toes, I'm working it, that is actually not what the pose is supposed to be. So think of it as a dead man's float.
Yes, and if you're feeling tight in your hamstrings, you just bend your knees ever so slightly.
Yeah, and like, I mean, to the extent that you're not hurting yourself, the extent you can do it safely, you could even maybe like bounce a little bit. Think of yourself as a scarecrow or a dead man's float.
We're in scarecrow season too.
Yes.
One of Ashley's favorite holidays.
Yes, but this is
we're gonna have
sensitive.
Yes. All right, so from here we'll come to a nice centering before we begin. So again, we go inward so that we can be able to tune into our body. This is the perfect opportunity to become present with our body. From here, Ashley, I will ask you to just begin to turn your focus and attention inward. Begin to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. If you're wearing glasses out there in YouTube land, I advise you just to take the glasses off the face for a few moments. Soften the space between the eyebrows or the third eye by softening the eyelids. Part your lips to relax your jaw, to unclench the jaw. And just notice where we may hold some tension. The face, the third eye, the eyes, takes in so much information. And we can begin to nourish that area just by softening it, not forcing anything. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears, and then draw them down the back, and allow them to land over your hips. Pull the belly in so that you support your spine. Root your sacrum down toward the earth. And begin to notice your breath. As we root our sacrum down to the earth, rise up to the crown of the head to create space in your spine. Keep softening. Do not muscle your way into this pose. If you're feeling any areas of tension, draw the breath to those areas. If your knees are feeling a little barky this morning, extend your legs. You always want your hips higher than your knees. Don't be afraid to use any props to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Our palms face up on our thighs or lap, ready to receive this moment as we tune into our breath. Inhale, fill the belly like a balloon as we inhale through the nose. Pause. And then exhale through the mouth with a sigh as we land in ourselves and our seats. Inhale through the nose, filling the belly like a balloon. Exhaling it out through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, fill the belly. Fill the ribs, front, back, right, and left side. And then breathe all the way up to the top of the chest or the clavicle, the collarbone, into the heart. And exhale from the heart, the ribs and belly. Inhale, fill the ribs. Breathe all the way up into the chest. I did miss something there. Exhale from the chest, the ribs and belly. See, I missed the belly. Maybe you didn't even notice that. Inhale, fill the belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Take a few more rounds of conscious breath. And then slowly begin to return back to your normal cycle of breath. Envision yourself moving today. Notice if there are any restrictions that we need to honor during our practice. Any tightness, anything that just feels a little off. We take each and every opportunity and obstacle and make them an opportunity. And then from here, let's begin to make our way onto our back. You can either keep your eyes closed or have a soft gaze as you make your way onto your back, hugging your knees in towards your chest. See, making yourself comfortable.
I know why we did this, but I don't like it visually. You have a lot of cooks in the kitchen, so you get different perspectives, but occasionally we may fight about setup.
Exactly. Palms are facing up. So starting, even though we started with a seated meditation, it doesn't mean you can't start with Savasana for a few moments to further ground. I've taken yoga classes where we've started in Savasana and ended in seated meditation.
I just want to add a teaching tip about that. There's so much energy spent on what am I supposed to do and what is right and what is wrong. When you teach and it comes from the heart and you are observing your class and using your own creativity to meet the needs of your class, as long as things are safe, how could that be wrong? So my advice to you is this is not a good disciple degree. This is a teacher training empowerment degree, a strong on the mat, strong in life. So you're going to be a teacher. If you want to start your students in Savasana, that's a reasonable thing. You're not asking them to start on hot coals or something. So it's a yoga pose and you can switch it up in different ways. If that doesn't resonate with you, then don't start with Savasana, but spend more time thinking about letting your true self as a teacher shine than spending time trying to memorize all the things you're supposed to do and not supposed to do.
Better. That was perfectly said.
Sorry, that was
No, don't say sorry. It was perfectly said.
Type A people have a hard time relaxing, so even in Savasana, I'm thinking of teaching tips.
No, but here's the thing. Giving a teaching tip like that is so powerful because it gives you permission to play. It gives you permission to think outside the box and be creative. You can start in sun salutation. You can start in Savasana. You can start in seated meditation. There is no wrong way. The only wrong way to start is not to do. So give yourself permission to meet yourself and your students wherever they are. And listen, this looks nice and peaceful. Maybe we'll just do the whole thing like this.
Good night.
Good night. And then from here, Ashley, I'm going to ask you to plant your feet onto the earth. And then from here, draw your knees to chest. Give yourself a little hug there. Sway your hips gently side to side. Give a little massage to your lower back. And then plant your hands alongside you. Palms are face down. Walk your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Lift your head and tuck your chin. And then press the back of the head down. And then from here, very slowly, on a 5 count, begin to extend your legs toward the sky with your knees slightly bent. Keep extending. And then you want your knees to fall over your hips. Slight bend in your knee. Now, squeeze or hug the thighs in towards one another. That engages your lower abdomen. Do you feel that working already?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Squeeze your heels and big toes together. And then from here, on your next inhale, begin to extend the arms up toward the sky. Palms facing in towards one another, walking your shoulders away from the ears. So arms come down just a bit to chest height. Beautiful. Now imagine you had a block between your hands. You're squeezing that block to engage your oblique muscles. You feel the oblique engagement. So that runs from your side of your hip all the way into the bottom of your rib cage. Oblique muscles. Press your sacrum down. Press the back of the neck down, slight tuck of the chin. Her back is completely flat now. Now close your eyes. Where can we soften? How can we ease within this effort? Where do we find ease? begin to draw your knees to chest. And then bring your arms out to shoulder height onto the earth. Palms face down. And then from here, squeeze the thighs together. And then begin to lower your knees over towards the left side, looking over your right shoulder. And then bring your knees up a little higher towards your armpit. Now extend your legs out to the left side. Beautiful stretch of that lower back. Press the back of your right shoulder down. Good. Should feel stretch and length from the back of your right shoulder or the front into your right hip all the way through the foot or anywhere in between. Beautiful. Now very, very slowly begin to bend your knees up towards your armpit. Going slow. And then from here, slide your right arm down alongside you. Right arm, the other right arm. Pull the belly in and begin to draw the knees up to center. Good. And then from here, extend both arms out to the side again. And then lower both knees over to the right side. Obviously, we can't extend them here, but just imagine.
Well, I think it's a design flaw somewhere. Today is about moving furniture.
That's right. That's right.
Our technical day. But yeah, we have to, it's more about the yoga than the symmetry on YouTube.
Now, press the back of the left shoulder down, so flip the palm to face the ceiling. Good. Look over your left shoulder. Now begin to extend your legs. Go slow. Yes. You feel that right into the lower back?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Just a great stretch. Great way to start to begin to open up the body.
This is also a great stretch for high school teenagers. You know, between the snooze button in the morning, it's something that everybody can do, and that can relieve a lot of anxiety just through the release. We hold anxiety in our body and nervous energy. You can release it by talking about it, or you can also release it just by physically releasing it. Sometimes people don't even know what bothered them. They can't even articulate it, but by doing physical movement, they feel better without even having to do the articulation. And that can also help in situations of autism, things like that, where there might be articulation challenges.
So beautifully said. Thank you for that little tidbit. See, you learn every time. I've never known but you learn so much by doing, right? And by being in the practice and exposing yourself to so much, right? There's so much information out there. I feel as though, even though I've been doing yoga for over 5 years or whatever, I'll be honest with you, I still feel like I'm in kindergarten because there's so much to learn. And as the world evolves and we start to commingle and learn about all this stuff, it's just incredible. The gifts, they keep on giving. The gifts of yoga continues to keep giving. Now, bring your left hand alongside you, slight bend in your knees, and then begin to draw your knees into your chest as you come onto your lower, as you come onto your back, and give yourself a nice big hug. So just for a moment here, just want to explain to people something. Draw your hands alongside you and extend your legs up toward the sky. So isn't this a forward fold? So this is like a laying down forward fold, a version of standing forward fold. Just Wanted to point that out there. So here we are. Meet people where they are sometimes. Plant your feet onto the earth. And let's lift the hips up toward the sky. Interlace the hands beneath you. Press the pinkies and elbows down. Keep pressing the hips up toward the sky. Beautiful. Lift your chin so that you can allow your air passage to open. Beautiful. And we're just warming up here. Now from here, release the hold of the hands and then draw your hips toward the earth, one vertebra at a time. And one more time, hug the knees to chest. Now, you're going to grab behind your knees. And you're going to roll yourself forward and back. Playing, get your core involved here. Good job, Ashley. One more time. And then roll yourself into, now from here, you're going to extend your legs to get that core. Yeah, get that core a little long. That's fine. You can do low boat or high boat, whatever you choose.
I can't do this pose. So show us how you can do it better than me. Beat the teacher.
Perfect. Perfect. All right.
Back is not straight.
Now draw your soles.
You definitely want the back straight like this.
Yes. Now draw the soles of your feet together and just lean forward to stretch out. Yeah.
It's a practice, not a perfect.
That's right.
But the cool thing about yoga is that you improve with practice and not necessarily hurt by age. In a lot of ways, it's like golf. So that's pretty cool for us elders watching this video.
Yeah, the more you practice, the more you make things permanent. Not perfect. We're never perfect, remember. Actually, we are perfect, just as we are, wherever we are. Let me rephrase that. Let me reframe that. So from here, actually, begin to make your way into tabletop. No pretty way to do that. Make your way into tabletop. And let's do a few cat-cows. Just a few. Looking good in your cat-cows. And then from here, inhale, tuck the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how she walked her hands just a little bit more forward to make space.
It looks snazzy, but it doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't help with grip. All right. So you see how Ashley has a slight bend in her knees? That's so she's warmed up already, but if she wasn't warmed up, she would have a slight bend in her knees. Now, a great part of your down dog is, guess what? You can stretch your heels out. So she can do that by walking the dog. They call this walking the dog. Or here's a great way to get an Achilles stretch. Press your heels outward. Good. And then from here, lift the toes and lower your heels down. Tremendous stretch in those calves. You feel that? Mm-hmm. Good. Back of the knees and hamstrings also get this as well. Now, walk your feet towards your hand. Doesn't matter right or left. And then hug the opposite elbows into your forward fold. Uttanasana. Here we go. Working our way into our forward fold. So there's many ways to enter forward fold. Here we're entered from down dog. You can also enter from tabletop. You can enter from your standing poses. You can enter from chair pose. There's so many different ways, and we'll do all that. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Press into your feet with a half back, with a flat back. Press into your feet and begin to press yourself up into Tadasana. Slow as you stack your shoulders over your hips, arms overhead, and resting your standing Tadasana. Ta-da! Ta-da, as they say. Belly pulls in.
Never gets old.
No, it doesn't. Belly pulls in, lifting up to the crown of the head. This is why I call yoga divine play, because I play all day long. Belly in, lifting up to the crown, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, hugging the shoulder blades in gently towards one another, palms facing forward, squeezing the inner thighs in towards one another. To engage your pelvic floor. 2 minutes of Tadasana a day helps improve posture, or keeps the posture doctor away. A little corny yoga joke. From here, inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Upward. Salute. Slight bend in your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Ardha Uttanasana, or half Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, press into your feet. Roll up to stand, mountain pose. So that's one way, from Tadasana, upward salute, to Uttanasana, to Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. From here, inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Utkatasana, chair pose. Utkatasana. Shift your weight into your heels, hug the thighs in towards one another, belly in, so extend the arms directly out in front. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears and shoulder blades in towards one another. Belly in, drop your sacrum down. Good. Drop your sacrum down more. Good. Beautiful. Send your hips back. Beautiful. And weight into the heels, lift your toes. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Uttanasana, forward fold. Hug the opposite elbows. Frame your head. Belly in, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, plant the hands onto the earth. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Beautiful. So staying in baby cobra, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening through the back of the neck. Beautiful. So this is baby cobra, strengthening the core or toning the core, strengthening the glutes, the hamstrings, upper back, neck and shoulders, and arms. Inhale, tuck the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pressing, powering through plank and entering into downward facing dog. Do you see how Ashley is making adjustments in her Uttanasana? In her downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, right foot forward. Come to forward fold, Uttanasana. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, mountain pose. Rise up to stand, arms out in front of you. Inhale, and exhale. Good job, Ashley. Thank you so much. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, step the right foot back to high lunge. Give yourself some space. Draw that left hip slightly back, right hip slightly forward. Good. And then from here, from high lunge, inhale, exhale into warrior two. Right foot comes down at a 90-degree angle. Left foot is parallel with the outer edge of the mat. Right foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Do you see that one long line of energy? Now, imagine squeezing your legs together. Just squeezing them together. That engages your pelvic floor. Now, take your left hand under your left thigh. And then pull that hamstring up. Yes, to engage the inner thigh. Now extend that left hamstring. Just a little anatomical point. That gets that left thigh. Did you feel that left inner thigh? Yes, good. Just by pulling that up. Beautiful. Now
it helps roll this hip out.
It helps roll the hip out. Now, press into the outer edge of your right foot. I'm just going to put my right foot next to your right foot, if I may. Always ask permission. So that energizes the back of this heel, energizes that glute. Now, squeeze the glute, squeeze the legs together. That centers her shoulders over her hips. And now, imagine if someone's pulling her in that direction, I'm pulling her in this direction, right? Tug of war. That gets the obliques, that gets the core. So in every yoga pose, your core should be engaged. Now from here, flip that left hand to face the ceiling. Inhale, right hand comes behind you. Exhale, look up at that left hand, peaceful warrior. Good. Good job, Ashley. Now, reach up toward the sky. I'm gonna just come behind you real quick. So you're reaching up toward the sky and rooting this hand down. That engages this side of the body. Also engages this side. You want length on both sides. Beautiful. Inhale. On the exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, hands to heart center. And from here, we're gonna do this together. Hands to heart center. You're gonna roll up onto the ball of your right foot. Step your right foot forward, forward fold. Uttanasana. Again, going back to basics, right? So getting back in touch with the basics. Cues, important. So did you see another way we enter Uttanasana? Inhale, half lift. Exhale, press into your feet. Tadasana. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, or yes, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, you do not need to cue the name of the poses either. I was taught to never cue a pose. So say the name of the pose, because you give people anticipation. You don't keep them present. That's what I was taught. But I do cue poses for our purposes. Here, you can also just give people verbal cues. Tell them where to go. Step the right foot forward. Stand tall. Forward fold. You know, so you're not saying the name of the poses. You're just cueing people, guiding them into shapes. So think about yoga as guiding people into shapes, into an experience. Each shape is a new experience. Inhale. Upward. Salute. Exhale. Fold at the hip. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, step the left foot back to high lunge. So we entered high lunge from a different pose. Did you see that? We entered from chair. Draw your right hip slightly back, left hip slightly forward. So you see how her knees straightened out automatically. Beautiful. And you see she has more of a wider stance in this lunge. Maybe she's more comfortable on this side. Maybe she feels more balanced. Listen, honor wherever you are. And then from here, begin to extend your right hand forward, left hand back as the left heel comes down into Warrior Two. So again, same thing in this Warrior Two. She's going to press into the outer edges of her left foot, take her right hand, roll the inner thigh out, good, to engage the outer edge of the glute of the right side, and then extend both hands again. Right knee over the right ankle. She can even walk her left foot back just a few more inches if she decides to. Yeah, make it a little wider stance. A little bit more oblique involved, a lot more thigh involved, huh? Thigh on fire. See, we just started cooking Ashley's right thigh a little bit.
Note to self, no more long sleeve.
Inhale, drop the left hand down behind you, right hand reaches up, peaceful warrior.
It's like hot yoga over here at ShareLove.Fund.
Inhale.
Woo.
And exhale. Doesn't look like she's doing much, but believe me, she is. Inhale, back to peaceful warrior, to Warrior Two. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Inhale, roll up to the ball of the left foot. Exhale, step the left foot forward, mountain pose. Do you have a lighter shirt you want?
It's okay.
Okay.
Well,
You
we'll
got it.
find comfort in
Do you
the
want-
discomfort. As
AC.
yeah, no, it's okay. Or I don't know if you can figure out the AC.
I could.
That's great. We'll
Inhale.
We'll test my yoga and we'll test Peter's tech. Do you want me to take them through a sun salutation?
Sure.
Okay, so let's just review. So this is week 6. So I'm the curriculum junkie. So let's just review what we've learned to date. Okay, so in week 2, we learned our sun salutation. So let's just do a quick review. Sun salutation, Tadasana, inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back to plank. From plank, make your stomach tight, then knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, come to cobra or baby cobra. You can come to up dog. Exhale, down dog. From down dog, left leg in, step it through. Right leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. All the way up, upward salute. Exhale. I kind of want to do it on the other side just to be even. Okay, so then now that you know what we're doing, we'll do it on the other side. And I won't say cues because you can test your own knowledge, but look up if you have questions. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, right leg back. Inhale, strong torso. Exhale. I think knees, chest, chin. I don't know how else you would say that without saying the pose. Right?
Yeah,
It's a little,
always,
or I guess
yeah.
drop your knees. I don't know, it's a little hard. Okay, inhale, come up, lift your chest. Inhale more to lift your pelvis. Exhale, bringing your tailbone to the sky. Inhale your right knee into your chest, step it through your hands. Bring the left leg to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, straight spine. Inhale all the way up, arms to the sky with your shoulders down. Exhale, Tadasana. I don't know, it's weird to not say the poses. I don't know really how to do it. I feel like,
It's magical. Not
yeah,
to say
so
that.
that's something you guys can play around with.
Yeah, it's just another different form.
And another thing, when I was in my teacher training, my instructor said, try to teach without talking about the breath, and then talking about the breath. Definitely, you want to talk about the breath, because the breath with movement is the yoking and union of yoga, but it's just interesting when you don't talk about the breath. It makes you realize how helpful talking about the breath is. Anyway, I give you now the floor. So thank you for the AC, Peter. So
It's coming.
I
Coolness is coming.
feel it already.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Hands to heart center, inhale. Exhale, lift the right foot. Right ankle lands over the left knee. Standing figure 4 chair pose. Beautiful. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, right knee comes to right elbow. Just lift it right up, it's right elbow. Exhale, take your right heel to your left inner thigh. Beautiful.
Here, just come
There
to
you
the
go, you
camera.
can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want
And
to
do hopscotch.
And then reach the arms up toward the sky. So we went from chair pose to figure 4 chair pose, right? To tree pose. Balancing, presence, right? Now from here, begin to draw the arms alongside you. Extend your right leg straight back behind you. Beautiful. Bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee. And then reach back with that right hand. Bend the knee bent, knee bent. Yes, coming in. See, I'm doing it without calling out the poses. She's anticipating. So lift the left arm up toward the sky. Now fold at the hip. Kick your right foot straight back behind you as you fold at the hip. Extend your left hand forward. Where are we? Dancer's pose. Beautiful. And just come right back to mountain pose.
Okay.
Just come back to mountain pose. So
Okay,
do
we
you
have
see
fun
how
here.
we did it without calling out the poses?
Yes, so that is advanced yoga.
No, it's not really advanced yoga. It's just doing yoga. It's doing yoga without anticipating. So from here, inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose.
I just also want to add, for people that want to teach and are worried that they can't remember the names, you could say it's your technique to not call out the yoga names. So I
They're very
didn't know.
challenging.
As Peter said, we both learn things every day. I didn't even know that not saying the yoga pose names was a technique. Like, I didn't even know that that was a real thing. So
Inhale, left foot lifts. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Glue the ankle into the knee. Glue, like glue. Keep reaching up through the arms, sending the hips back. That's the glue that keeps you standing. Now from here, inhale, draw the hands to heart center. Left knee comes to left elbow. And then from here, plant that left heel into the upper inner right thigh. Extend the arms overhead. Beautiful. Now, inhale, keep reaching up. Exhale, press down. We all know what this pose is. We don't even have to call it out. Inhale, hands heart center. Exhale, remove the right foot off, the right heel off, the left heel off, and then keep the knee bent. Keep that left hand reaches for that left ankle. Extend that right arm straight up toward the sky first. Kick your left foot back behind you as you fold at the hip. All right, so I did this without, bring the right arm all the way up. Right out in front, yeah. Hold on to the wall in front of you, who cares? Beautiful, now we're in dancer's pose. Then from here, good recovery, good recovery. Good recovery, good recovery.
He just likes to see me
dance.
Do hopscotch. So yeah, we are playing here. It's we say yoga is a practice, not a perfect. I think we could say it's a play and not a perfect.
Exactly. Now
So have fun
lower your left.
finding your inner dancer. I don't know how you put your arm up. Wow, cramp. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, totally.
So it's not
You're
about
fine.
up, it's about out.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, out in
So,
front of
yeah.
you, yes. There you go. Beautiful, that's it. Come on.
Okay.
Beautiful. Come to mountain pose and rest.
Okay.
Ashley's heart rate is up there. She's cramping through her legs. And now she thinks she was warm before, she's even warmer now. Breathe, Ashley.
So it's live, flips and bloopers and all.
Hey, listen, I'm a walking
We
blooper.
don't have a bloopers trail because the whole video is a bloopers trail. So laugh with us, play with us, and we'll learn something along the way.
I'm a walking blip and blooper. That's what I tell everybody. I am a walking blip and blooper. So just, if you want to follow jokes, just follow me. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, hands heart center. Exhale, step the left foot back to high lunge. Lower the left heel down. Beautiful. Now from here, draw your right hips back, left hip forward. And now begin to straighten out that right knee. Good. Slight bend in your right knee. Now draw your right hip back even more, left hip forward. And now extend the arms up toward the sky. Inhale, fold at the hip. Keep reaching, not too far. Flat back, keep reaching forward. Reach forward and press down to that left foot. Press into that inner right foot. Where are we now? Pyramid pose. Take your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Left hand outside of the right thigh. Good. And then slide that left hand down towards the shin. Extend your right arm out to shoulder height. Beautiful. Take your left hand, pull into the outer edge of your right shin, and then begin to rotate so that your right hand is up toward the sky. Beautiful. Where are we now?
I'm just going to do a little water break and then do it. So it's important to breathe into the poses. And sometimes when something is a little harder for us like this is, I have the tendency to restrict my breath. When you restrict your breath, you're just making it harder for yourself. So breathe into the
So I want to make this a little bit more.
Yes.
Even though it's going to be more challenging, I want to make it more effortless for you.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you're going to lean forward like you just did. You're going to lean forward, right? Reach out over the heart. Hand on the outside of the shin. From here, shoulder away from the ear. Rotate first by pulling. Rotate first so that the shoulder comes over your wrist. Yes. No, not yet, not yet, not yet. So you're going to press here. Press here.
So I can't cheat.
Press here. Press into my foot.
But you know the alignment is right.
Yes, the alignment, exactly. Now, squeeze your thighs together first to get more rotation. Now, bring this part of your ribcage towards me. Yes. Now, just extend this arm toward the sky. Now, reach up, not back. Stack shoulder over shoulder. Beautiful. There we go. Much more challenging, but guess what? It becomes efficient. Breathe in.
And it's good for the viewers to see proper alignment.
And then bring this hand down. Beautiful. Come back to pyramid pose.
Okay, now pyramid is easy.
Yes, exactly. Now we make pyramid easy. Stretch. Draw your right hip back, And if you need more space, so let's say your hips are very tight, you could bring your left foot out a little bit and forward. That gives you a little bit more space. Do you feel that difference? And guess what? Because what is the benefit? You have to understand the benefit of each pose. The benefit of the pyramid is you get a stretch through here, out the edge of that right leg, into the glute and lower back. Do you feel your glute and lower back there?
Yep.
And if you want to make this more accessible, you have two friends here to make it more accessible.
So blocks can really help get into the right alignment.
Yes, and deepen the pose. Blocks are your friends. They make you stronger and much more flexible. And then from here, actually, simply bend your right knee, step your left foot forward. Forward fold. You bring the blocks to the outer edges of the feet, or to the top of the mat. Beautiful. Give her a little clap, because I'm not calling out the poses. Although, when we were in that revolved pose, what was that? We'll name it on the other side. Inhale, half lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Upward salute to Tadasana. Rest in your honey.
Rest in, I took him literally.
Yeah, take as much as you need.
Rest in
Hydrate,
Tadasana.
hydrate, hydrate.
They say you shouldn't drink during a yoga class, but I'm just focusing on not drinking and driving. No, just kidding. That was my corner yoga joke. But that can be something that you work towards.
Hey, listen, I say honor that body. If you're thirsty, drink. If you're not thirsty, I was also taught the same way, don't drink during the yoga class. But if you're thirsty, you're thirsty.
So, and also, so I get it too about the not drinking the yoga class. So I get it, you know, to really work through it. Your body doesn't really need the water, but I also have to say for busy people, I felt like the only time I had a minute to stop and hydrate was actually by taking a yoga class. It was almost like a hydration appointment for me. So, you know, look, everybody has a different lifestyle. People should be drinking 8 glasses of water a day. This is not medical advice. You know, ask your doctor. Nothing here shall be construed as medical advice, but just layman's terms, people say 8 glasses of water. If you're not doing it, then, you know, I don't know, maybe do a 2-for-1 and get your hydration in during your yoga teacher training. That's what I had to do to sort of manage it all.
Not only that, I mean, water also, intake of water also reduces inflammation, increases circulation, and also reduces soreness and lactic acid buildup. Lactic acid buildup is when you're sore from working out or moving. So just know. And
Yeah,
also,
certainly drinking water after the workout is the best.
And
To
also it
flush out.
hydrates your discs between your spine. So from the bottom of the neck to your tailbone, we have vertebrae. And that water hydrates the discs between them. And that's very important for back health and spinal health. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, step the right foot back. High lunge. Inhale, begin to lower your right heel down. Exhale, begin to fold at the hip and extend your arms forward. Just extend your arms forward. Yes. Fold at the hip. Inhale, straighten out your left leg. Beautiful. Exhale, take your right hand on the outer edge of your right thigh. Left thigh, sorry. And then from here, begin to walk your right hand down your shin. Now, it's going to be different from one side over the other. This side, this time I'd like to use a block.
Okay.
So put your hand onto the block there. Good. So you're going to press the heel of the hand onto the block, and then you're going to, yeah, I know, it's a little bit off balance, right? It's a little, makes it a little bounce a little bit more. See, so you think the blocks make it more stable, can make it more challenging. So now from here, only when you feel like you can, extend your left arm overhead. Now, just bring your rib cage back. Yes. Now, reach up and press down to that right hand. Equally. All right, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go. I'm going to just straighten out your neck
We'll
here.
see what happens.
Beautiful. No, this is
Dominoes.
perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. Press this heel down. Watch how stable you become by pressing this heel down. Good. And then press the inner arch down right here. Down, 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 down. Good. That's it. That's stability. This is perfect. Picture perfect. Now from here, begin to take that left hand down to your thigh. Take one block on the outside of your right foot, left foot, and then the inside, and then step your right foot forward an inch or so. Good. No, an inch. And then from here, begin to draw your forehead towards your knees. So we went from revolved triangle to pyramid pose. Revolved triangle strengthens your core, strengthens your glutes, strengthens your hamstrings, strengthens Your thighs also stretches your hamstrings, stretches your glutes, stretches your lower back out. And then from here, Ashley, send the blocks out to the sides of the mat. Bend your left knee. Stay folded at the hip. Bend your left knee, and then step your left foot back to plank. And then from here, in this plank, walk your feet back just a few inches. We're going to get, again, you can turn yoga, you can ramp it up a little bit. We're just going to do two things here, show you two different things or three different things, sorry, so that you can add a little bit more, make your practice a little bit more vigorous if you like. You could simply bring your right knee to right elbow and back. Left knee, left elbow. Just one more time. So you can turn this into a mountain climber, right? Another thing you can do from here is you could jump your feet towards your hands. And then jump your feet back. Jump your feet towards your hands. And jump your feet back. Beautiful. Another thing you can do shoulder taps. Just tap the right shoulder and left shoulder. Come on, you can do it. You could do it. One hand, just one.
Oh, like this.
Yeah,
I thought I had to get my shoulder to the mat.
No.
And I'm like, do I have to take my head off?
No.
You know?
Left hand taps the right shoulder.
Okay, with my hands. I thought my shoulder. Okay, we won't get into that.
That's it. Now.
Sometimes he tells me, pick up both feet, pick up both hands, things like that. I didn't know.
Now come down onto your forearms.
Okay, forearms.
And stay right here. So you see how you can turn the practice from calm into vigor right away. Come into a child pose, you've earned it. Child pose, you've earned it. Beautiful. This is another forward fold, but not necessarily Uttanasana. This is Balasana, right? This is child's pose. Ashley's heart rate is way up there. Notice that as soon as I turned the air conditioning on, we ramped up the practice just a little bit.
No free lunches.
Exactly. Breathe, Ashley. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. If Ashley had a heart rate monitor on, I bet she'd be up there pretty high. You can see her back. She's laboring in her breathing right through here just a little bit. And that's only because of holding and sustaining a posture and then taking it and ramping up by just doing a couple of little movements in between while she's in plank. Using the opportunity to make our practice a little bit more vigorous. So you don't need to move far or move a lot. You just need to learn how to kind of weave in. If somebody says, I would like it a little bit more vigorous today, and you still want to stay in a moderate as far as the poses are, you can add these little things into your yoga practice. Sometimes Ashley says, I just want to work out today. And we give her a workout. Now from here, inhale into tabletop. Do some cat-cow, soften up the spine. And then from here, tuck your toes under as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, look at this. Her heels are reaching the earth. Good stretch for her shoulders, chest, back of the neck. Step your right foot forward, left foot forward, forward fold. Uttanasana. Hug the opposite elbows. Let the head completely go. So I'm going to just come over to this side, and I'm going to get Ashley's head to even relax even more. So if you're doing one-on-ones, or if you're teaching a yoga class, you can ask your student, may I have permission just to touch your back of your neck? Mm-hmm. And then you can get the student to get their head even lower. No, not, there you go. So that gets her neck even more length. So gravity is giving her traction in the back of her neck. And release your hands to the earth. And just begin to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. this opportunity to begin to cool down, to nourish mind, body, and spirit. In a yin yoga practice, you can use Uttanasana in your yin yoga practice to begin to go inward, create calm, reduce blood pressure, reduce heart rate. Many benefits of Uttanasana. Contraindications would be back surgery, neck surgery, and then from here, Ashley, begin to plant your hands onto the earth. Bend your knees, and then step your right foot back, left foot back. Come to child's pose. And then very slowly make your way into tabletop. Come towards the top of your mat, a little bit, just a couple of inches, yes. Now extend your right leg straight back, and then bring your right foot over to the left side of the mat, all the way over. Good. Now come to the edge of your right foot, the outer edge of your right foot, down onto the mat. Good. Now press your hips over to the right. Yes, keep your elbow straight. Elbow straight. Left elbow, right elbow straight. You feel both?
Those elbows, I thought you meant like your elbow. I'm cheating and it's getting caught, so it's good having Peter. I've never done this stretch before. It feels so great. So that's really cool.
Outer edges of your hips, you're getting there.
There are infinite variations, and I think that that's also where the play comes in.
Yeah, we're going to be a little creative today with our stretching. We're not going to do the traditional lizard or the traditional pigeon pose, but we will get our hip stretch. This gets the whole entire outer edge of your hips into the back of your right shoulder. You feel all that going on?
Mm-hmm.
And IT bend. Now, simply drop your right knee down behind your left knee. Yes. Now, bring your feet out to the sides just a bit. No, to the sides. Yes. Now, walk your hands back and have a seat between your heels. Bring your feet out just a bit more. Good. There you go. Bring your feet out just a bit more. And, give yourself permission to be off the mat next time, so you don't necessarily have to be on the yoga mat. That's the playful part.
Now, drawing outside of the lines.
Nice. Now, from here, take your hands and then pull your ankles out. Good. Beautiful. Now, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold at the hip. Good, and walk your hands forward. Getting a right hip stretch, left hip stretch. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's amazing.
We've never done this before. Not even when we did our 2-hour training, 200-hour training. See, I pull a lot of little rabbits out of the hat. And then from here, how do we get out of this contraption? Slide your hands beneath your shoulders. Plant your hand, no, just slide the hands beneath the shoulders. Beneath your shoulders. Those are your shoulders.
So you don't have to be so smart to be a yoga teacher or be a CEO either, because
we overthink it. You want your hands in front of your legs.
Okay, got it.
There you go. Now, begin to roll yourself forward, up onto your knees. How do we do that?
Okay.
I'll do this. Okay. I'll do it with you.
I've lost my privileges.
No, you didn't. Just like this. Right here. We're here like this. I can't fold this far. She has a lot more flexibility. So you got to use your core and your hands. You can bring your hands here or here. Prop yourself up.
Okay.
Uncoil the right leg. Come back to mountain pose. See?
Okay, cool.
Uncoil the right leg. Come back to mountain pose. Now stay in mountain. I'm sorry, not mountain pose. Into tabletop.
Okay.
Come back to some cat-cows. We're gonna do this together. All right. So you're gonna extend your left leg straight back over to the right side of the mat. Look over your right shoulder and press your hips over to the left. Keep both elbows straight. Yep, those elbows. And then from here, again, this is a tremendous stretch. So if people can't do pigeon or anything like that, this is a great way to get the side of the hips to open up. And you're gonna simply just drop the left knee behind the right. Bring the feet out to the side. This looks a little bit more, both feet out to the side.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There you go.
So
And
opposite
now,
sides.
give yourself permission to come off your mat.
Okay, fine.
All right,
I
so
have
you're gonna
permission.
sit back. You're gonna sit back between your heels. You're gonna grab the outer edges of the feet, and then you're gonna inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, fold at the hip. Big stretch in that right hip, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Left hip and right hip. See? She gave herself permission to come off her mat. Now, the only time this wouldn't work is where? Is if you're in a yoga class, pre-pandemic. I've taken yoga classes where you're mat to mat practically. Now, post-pandemic, a lot of teachers, I have not taken a traditional yoga class in a traditional studio, but from what I understand, they're still spacing people out, and they've reduced the class size. So if there was a class that had 30 people, now they might have 18, 20, so that there is more space, which I think is even better, because it gives you more room to practice. Not good for the bottom line of the yoga studio, but listen, there are other ways to be creative to help the bottom line. Now from here, we're going to exit this one a little differently than the other. We're going to simply press ourselves up so that our shoulders come over our hips, uncoil this right leg, bring the soles of the feet together, and Ashley loves being on her mat, so she's going to come off the mat.
As an attorney, I'm really into compliance. I love that the mat is a boundary. I love to teach that we can learn to set personal boundaries by starting with RYT 200, accepting that the mat is a boundary, and then learning to say no from there. But it's also good to be flexible and
play.
And to know that there are some times when a little off-road driving is okay.
Yes, exactly. This is off-roading yoga. All right.
Extreme yoga.
Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Bend your knees ever so slightly. Lean back. Lean back. Extend the arms directly out in front. Beautiful. Palms face up. Beautiful. Stay here. Feel that core working. Slide your hips forward. Walk your hips forward in this. Yeah, there you go. Why? Because I'm centering you on your mat. Now,
So
palms
happy.
are facing up. Palms are facing up.
Hashtag
Now we're
RYT.
on hashtag or she's happy. All right, now bend so that roll your chin to chest, and then bend your knees even more and come to lie flat on your back. Hug your knees to chest. Yeah, now we found a way to lower yourself onto your mat. Good job, Ashley. Thank you for letting me play a little bit here. Now we'll take this just a little bit further with our stretching. We're going to cross our right knee over our left knee. And then we're going to reach for the opposite ankle. So almost the same stretch when we were seated. Reach for the opposite. So yeah, now pull the ankles out to the side, legs out to the side, and pull the knees to chest.
It is cool to do the same stretch from a different angle using gravity in different ways and seeing how it deepens the stretch.
Oh yeah. This is a great stretch for the outer hips. And then from here, release the hold of the ankles. Good. Now, bring your left hand out. Your left hand out to the side, and take your right hand on the outer edge of your left knee. Pull that left knee across the body. Deep stretch in that lower back. And then from here, lower the left hand down toward the outer edge, towards the outside of your left hip. Left hand.
Sorry, so relaxing, honestly. I'm glad he's here. What if I fell asleep live on YouTube? Honestly, that was a total release. Okay, wait, who? What's my name? Where am I? Okay, sorry.
And then
Left hand, right hand, what am I supposed to do?
Left hand alongside you.
Okay.
Alongside you. Now, draw your knees into chest first. Leave them wrapped. Leave the right knee over the left knee over right. Now, draw the knees to chest. Now, come on, cheer. Yes. Now, give yourself one more pull, one more little hug. Little pull. Good. Now, uncoil the legs. And then now go right knee over left. There you go. Now reach for the opposite ankles. Stretch out. So what are we getting here? You're getting your IT bands, hips, and glutes. It's a great stretch. Also, if a person can't do pigeon, this is a great alternative, another alternative to pigeon. And then from here, extend your right arm out to shoulder height. Take your left hand on the outside of your right thigh, and then draw your knees across the body. Slowly, go slow. Keep the knees up into the chest. Yeah, there you go. Press the back of your right shoulder down by flipping the palm. Good. It's a nice deep stretch in that hip. Really, really deep stretch. Few more breaths here. Then from here, begin to draw your right arm alongside you. Yes, that right arm. Bring the knees back into chest, keep the legs bent, and then begin to reach for the knees and keep that stretch. And then now from here, uncoil the legs, come into happy baby. Lift your head, tuck your chin, press the back of your head down. And now press your sacrum down. And you feel that stretch in your lower spine, inner thighs, good. Here, begin to plant the feet onto the earth. You're going to take a stretch for the shoulders. So here's a great way to incorporate a back bend while you're onto the earth. We've done a lot of forward folds. So let's get a really nice deep back bend. However, I'm not going to ask Ashley to sit up or roll onto her belly. So she's going to lift her hips up toward the sky. And she's going to draw her hands beneath her. This way we can get a stretch in the shoulders by reaching for the ankles and then lifting your chin just to get some breath there. Beautiful, Ashley. Beautiful. Feel that stretch from the top of the chest, shoulders, thighs? Good, good. This is such a great way to do a back bend. And then from here, release the hold of the ankles and lower the hips toward the earth and extend the legs directly out in front, coming to the most important posture, Savasana. Arms alongside you, palms face up. Feet about mat width apart. Slowly begin to tune in to your breath. Tuning into the texture of your breath. Allowing the body to surrender. As you feel the support of Mother Earth beneath you, she's got you, she's holding you. There's nowhere to go, no place to be but here and now. As we begin to turn our focus and attention inward, take an internal scan of your body. Give yourself permission to let go, to release. Just coming to your normal cycle of breath. Softening the space between the eyebrows by relaxing the eyelids. Relaxing the jaw by parting the lips. Imagine if any thoughts arise, like clouds in the sky on a sunny day. to bring awareness back to the body. Let's begin to wiggle your fingertips and wiggle your toes. Gently, gently rotating the head from side to side. And then very, very slowly, let's begin to plant our feet onto the earth. Hug our knees in towards our chest. Rolling over onto either the right or left side. And just pausing for a moment. This is such a nourishing pose. This fetal position is such an overlooked pose in yoga sometimes. So sometimes I like to just take a moment and have the students reflect here. Just noticing that you can always come to this place of familiarity, where it all started for us. Using your left hand and right elbow, maintaining your eyes closed, gently begin to press yourself up into a seated position. You can have your legs crossed, an easy pose, or crisscross applesauce. And as you begin to keep the focus and attention inward, just begin to notice any shifts, any changes. Notice how we were playful, non-traditional in our practice today. Yet, hopefully the goal is to achieve the same outcome. Again, softening the space between the eyebrows, or relaxing the eyelids. Parting the lips to relax the jaw. Releasing any tension from the body by bringing the breath to the areas that may be restricting us or distracting us from fully surrendering into this seat. And have our palms face up, ready to receive this moment, ready to receive this day. Taking a few nourishing breaths to remain centered, to remain open. And before we give ourselves permission to step back into our day, into our everything, maybe you have a different focus, a different outlook, a different perspective. Give yourself permission to be still, to observe, to surrender, to pause, to respond versus react. Yoga teaches us to come from the inside out and to not take everything so much to heart, to be playful. Remember, life is a practice, and we're forever evolving. Release control, because we are not in control. Do your best to release your fears of what is around the corner. Doesn't matter. What matters is now. with yourself, nourishing your mind, your body, your spirit, is the best gift you can give to yourself. And then drawing our hands to heart center, softening our elbows down, relaxing the face, drawing our chin towards our chest. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Ashley, for letting me guide you through this practice today. Hopefully you were able to feel your way into the poses, feel the strength, and just take opportunities to think differently. We've never really done a practice like this where I don't really talk about calling out the poses that much. We weave that kind of in. So it was even new for you.
And I've never started a class in Savasana, so I thought that that was a great way to just not so much teaching that we can start in Savasana, but teaching that that there are no real rules, that the real rule is safety and not to endanger the students in any way, but within the boundaries of safety, there's no real rule on the order of the poses. And so, because I feel like ending in Savasana, which is final relaxation, corpse pose, I feel like ending in Savasana was an unspoken rule that nobody challenged. Like I didn't even know it was a rule. I guess, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but so much in society, there's things that we know that we've questioned and accept, and then there's things that are just so ingrained to us, like up and down, that we don't even recognize our bias, and we just, we don't even realize that it's a choice. And so it is a choice how to use Savasana. You can use it in the beginning, middle, and not use it at all. Peter demonstrated a final kind of meditation in Easy Seat. So, there's a lot of ways to skin the cat, I guess, or pet the cat gently, because it's a yoga class. So I think like at the end of the day, ShareLove.Fund advocates critical thinking. So I think the takeaway here is not go out and start your class with Savasana. The takeaway here is critically think. Everything's up for grabs. You are teachers in this teacher training. You are the deciders, and use what we give you as a tool, but ultimately it's your own soup.
A lot of people are, if I may, we all want rules to follow. We all want a curriculum to follow. I say take the curriculum, take the rules, take the box, put it outside. Leave your head at the door. Check your rules at the door. Check your mind at the door. And just come in and be open, be present. Today's class was exactly what you just said. And to sum it up, presence. Because a lot of us want to come in, I want that workout. I need that workout. I'm using this opportunities. I live 5 minutes from the yoga studio. I'm on time. I have to pick up my kids. 5 minutes to get to the yoga class, 5 minutes to get out of the yoga class and do the yoga class. So I'm giving myself an hour and 10 minutes today. But then the teacher says, let's start in Savasana. And you're cursing yourself in your head because you want to work out.
Yes.
That doesn't mean the teacher's not going to weave in what you need. Maybe what you really need is what you don't know. So when you're present, sometimes you get exactly what you need.
That is really interesting. So just before this, we did an anger release meditation, and so I think that's what you just said really deserves a little more exploration. Like how do you know when to trust the process? Because sometimes not having a definite purpose can lead you astray. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
You learn how to trust the process by trying not to control it. Right? We always want to control the outcome.
And maybe the two things mesh. Like maybe if you have a definite purpose, then you can draw that out of whatever situation you're in. For example, if your definite purpose, in the example of a yoga class, if your definite purpose is to get a great workout and you're coming in like raw, like a lot of testosterone, big feelings, maybe some aggression, I want to get a great workout, and your teacher starts you in Savasana, what you could do, you could accept the process, but still get out what you want in the sense that you can engage your core and very, very slowly roll back, engaging your glutes, and really use the framework of the class to still achieve your goals. So I think that, I don't know, I guess my sort of takeaway is for people that, because anger is a big issue, and this is a junior teacher training as well, and anger is a big issue in high school, where high school students don't have control in school. They have to listen to teachers at home. They have to listen to parents. And so how do you find control in all this structure? And I think you can find it by accepting the process, but then within the process saying, now how can I maximize my personal goals within the process? So if you're, let's say you wanted, I'm just repeating this now, but just again, so if you really wanted a great workout and you went to a class that seems a little more gentle, you could still achieve your goal by really engaging your core. Like Peter said, Tadasana, 2 minutes a day, keeps the posture doctor away. I mean, even in Tadasana, you can squeeze your glutes, roll your legs out, roll your thighs in, really, really work it. And, so I mean, I guess that's a way to...
Yeah, you can add a little bit more vigor to it, even in Tadasana, by taking a block between your ankles, a block between your thighs.
Yeah.
That adds a little bit more vigor into that simple Tadasana.
So this really wakes up the legs, also works the pelvic floor. So I think you know what, like in terms of accepting the process and releasing anger, I think maybe we could kind of sum it up as it's not all or nothing.
Yes.
And I think a lot of those angry, tense feelings come from this idea that it's all or nothing. So, the pie, just like the universe keeps growing, widen the pie.
That's right.
And it's not all or nothing. And that is really good food for thought. I think we'll conclude unless you have anything you want to add. Please send your questions, comments to us in Teachable so that they are preserved with your course so you can later go back and refer to it. Teach for a cause, email yoga@ShareLove.Fund to be one of our Karma Yoga teachers, as Peter is here today. If you don't know what you're doing, learn on the job. That's how we learn, really. And we have a lot of graduates at ShareLove.Fund to support you. And it's a great way to also earn your Yoga Alliance teaching hours. How do you get experience? Well, by getting experience. And so nonprofits are a wonderful way to gain experience as a yoga teacher. So without further ado, have a blessed day. Thank you so much, and see you next week.